Tonight, an LEX 18 investigates on police accountability. In 2021, Kentucky enacted a new law meant to help weed out bad cops so they couldn't hop from one department to the next.
But did one former police detective slip through the cracks? Lee Searcy followed a long trail of police videos and documents that raises questions. Was this a responsible police officer doing his job or a rogue cop pushing the limits of his power? Lee.
Well, according to Gus Curtis's work history and letters from several grateful citizens, he did some things very well. He was Frankfort's Police Officer of the Year in 2022. But we looked into his employment at 4 different police departments and found a pattern of questionable behavior, yet Curtis still moved on to the next job. Now, I spoke with him over the phone, and he disputes all the allegations against him and says more facts will come out. For now, though, this is what we found.
Yep, she's fine. Thank you. Have a warrant?
I'm sorry?
You have a warrant? Do you have a warrant?
No.
Ah, that's illegal. Iris, you're fine. That is illegal. Excuse me, you cannot force your way into my home.
That was Frankfort Police Detective Gus Curtis on a welfare check last summer.
You are not legally. This is illegal. Get the fuck out of my house. This is illegal. You just, excuse me.
It's illegal. Follow civil lawsuits.
No.
Just 2 weeks earlier, he was conducting his own investigation in another county. That's him on the phone.
Hello, I'm a little upset that you had lied to me. You must have forgot what I did for a living.
Curtis asked another department, Nicholasville Police, to go to a man's house outside of Curtis's Frankfort jurisdiction to help in a case he was supposedly working. That's what he told the officer.
He is part of a criminal investigation. He needs to be identified.
Okay.
I am not part of it. It's a civil matter.
The man was right. There was no criminal investigation. This was a personal matter over a boat repair. But listen, Curtis tells the man to pay up or possibly go to jail.
So here's your 2 options. You give Mr. Boston $525, or you cut a check tomorrow by 5 o'clock of $525, or I'm going to Mercer County Courthouse first thing Monday and I'm getting a warrant for you.
Even the Nicholasville police officer appeared uncomfortable about what he witnessed.
I don't know why he thought he could just intimidate me like that.
I don't disagree with you.
Detective Curtis jumped from department to department. He went from Georgetown Police to Wilmore to Frankfort Police before ending up at the Boyle County Sheriff's Office, where he was fired. We started looking into him after a lawsuit filed by Kimberly Myers, the mother at the beginning of this story. Remember, she questioned how he could barge into her home without a warrant.
I said to him, this is illegal. This is illegal repeatedly. He says to me, if it's illegal, file a civil lawsuit. So here we are.
Your dad just...
We looked through hours and hours of body cam video and pages of documents and found Curtis has an alleged history of conducting his own investigations without informing supervisors and forcing entry into homes without a warrant. This case, it resulted in dismissed charges and strong words from the judge.
Mr. Curtis had zero respect for the Constitution, for which he took an oath and swore to uphold. And quite frankly, I was appalled. I've never seen a video like that.
I was crying. I felt seen, validated. I was afraid that it was going to continue to be just ignored and swept under.
Looking into his Frankfort personnel file, we couldn't find any documentation of an internal investigation into those 2 incidents from last summer. In fact, Curtis resigned in August and he was later hired by the Boyle County Sheriff's Department. So how is he able to hop from one agency to another?
To go from one agency to the next, it just has to be a lack of accountability on the police department's part.
By law, Kentucky police departments are required to report officers to the Kentucky Law Enforcement Council who were fired or resigned while under investigation for fireable offenses. It can revoke an officer's certification. We checked. KLEC never got a referral from Frankfort Police, but did get one from the Boyle County Sheriff's Office. In a statement, KLEC said the referral indicated that Curtis had been terminated while under criminal and administrative investigation. I asked the Frankfort chief why they wouldn't have referred Curtis to KLEC. Due to pending litigation, he couldn't answer any of my questions about Gus Curtis.
They should absolutely have to answer as to why he was able to resign with all the issues he had in Frankfort that went uncorrected.
This isn't the first time Curtis has been sued over alleged unlawful entry. In 2018, a lawsuit alleged that he unlawfully entered two people's home before arresting both without any probable cause. That lawsuit appears to have been settled in 2021. Frankfort PD ended up promoting Curtis and made him Officer of the Year in 2022.
There's just such a substantial similarity, and to settle that suit and not have safeguards in place that it wouldn't occur again, that's frightening.
Everybody deserves to be safe in their own homes. Everybody deserves to be safe when dealing with police officers, that they're not going to intimidate, that they're not going to do something wrong and nothing be done about it, that there's nobody that's holding them accountable.
Now, the attorney representing Curtis in Meyer's lawsuit is waiting for the legal process to unfold, but in an email says in part, the complaint only presents one view and doesn't accurately reflect all the fact of the case, and adds the video also has a limited perspective and doesn't tell the whole story. Therefore, we will continue to put forth our client's side of the story within the constraints of the law itself. Further comments on pending litigation will be made in court.